It's Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. What I want to do tonight is spend a little bit of time looking at the big picture. And as you can see, I'm on the monthly chart for NASDAQ, and I'm going to look at the monthly chart for S&P. I still feel like the market is setting up for a bullish move. And even though we've been selling off this week, I just want to refocus on why I'm still bullish and where my line in the sand is, what my key levels are. And I think we will see a setup. And even if I'm wrong on the bullish bias, I feel like these levels will be useful for a short if the bias changes. So let's take a look at what we have here on the NASDAQ. You can see I have this monthly level marked. This is the open of November and the close of October. I'm going to show you now the S&P. Similar level, also the open from November. I think this is a little bit cleaner than the NASDAQ. And what I'm liking about this is the overall progression of what price has done since the low. If you notice this little fractal where price pushes up, has this swing low right here, at a resistance level, price reacts, comes down, takes the low, but what does it do? It just bounces off of this demand area. This demand has created some imbalance on the way up, and now prices come down into a discount from this low to this high, taking out internal liquidity and reacting aggressively from this area. If you draw a fib, you can see from this low to this high, we've got a perfect retracement and a perfect bounce. And I do see us potentially forming a similar setup right here, where we have a swing low here, and we also have one here that's already been taken out. And right beneath that is that monthly level, that 38.84 level, as well as a demand area, a bullish order block. So really, do you think that this is the top reacting off of this perfect looking order block? Remember, this order block did not take out any liquidity prior to the move down, and I think it just looks too clean to be the point that sells off the market. I could be totally wrong, but my analysis suggests that we're still maintaining bullish structure as of now. And therefore, I just want to see this as a pullback. Now, if we break below this, then that would invalidate my theory. And similarly for NASDAQ, we have this monthly level. I think the market looks like it's double topping. I think a lot of people will sell on the break of this low, but it's really just testing this monthly level, which you can see is really a support resistance area. If you look at it, we can see how the market has more, this general area has had quite a big reaction here, probed down beneath it, reclaimed it, rallied, and all the rejections here, 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 and here, and here. And so it wouldn't surprise me if the market comes down, wicks to here, and sees another rejection, while also filling in a portion of the imbalance that's here. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. I mean, this would just be beautiful if we get, some sort of something like this. Maybe we get an SMT divergence with S&P below this low. We get a liquidity grab situation where then price impulses back above this monthly level. And there's some structure here that we can look to buy. And then to me, the clear targets are, this gap here, the highs here. Really, I would just look at all the highs because I would assume that the low is in, the short-term low. And we've got all these kind of clean areas, clean levels that have not been tapped. So the market is leaving all this open. And so a lot of orders just get built up over here. Nothing has been taken out. None of the stops have been taken out. So, and we know we have all this above. So it's all about being patient right now. I think any short is just very temporary, very in and out. And I do think if we get a rejection off of this here, below this area, like I've laid out, we might want to take some bigger swings. Not necessarily larger risk, maybe a little bit larger risk, but maybe hold for some of the larger targets. And, again, if I'm wrong on this, I think what we would see, we would just see, this is just a rough thing, but, I think you would see more imbalance through the monthly low, something like this, where it breaks down, tries to fight back above it, and then fails again with an imbalance here, and then we could look to short after we get this lower time frame structure on this higher time frame level. And if that happens, then we can, clear out these lows down here. So this is my general plan on NASDAQ. And I'll also be timing it, like I said before, to the dollar index. We looked at this a couple days ago or yesterday. I can't remember when. This still is very much in play. We're clearly bearish on the daily right now. And we've got this volume imbalance here that price is probably going to reach into. And, it could reach up high here. This took out the liquidity here and was a sudden drop. So I would expect there to be some resistance, in and around this area. So if we get price looking like it's rejecting off of here at the same time that NASDAQ is hitting that liquidity pool, if that's happening at the same time as we're down here and we're reclaiming it, then that would be a very nice confluence that I'll be on the lookout for. So that's it. That's what I'm looking for right now. Just keeping this bigger picture idea in mind, looking at the monthly level, because I do feel like it's important. And I think this is just, meant to kind of tire everyone out, this range. We're still just in this range. And the market isn't really doing anything. So even though we've had some sharp sell-offs these days, it's really not that sharp. We've really just kept to this tight range. We just don't want to lose focus because remember, we do have nice supports right below. And I think if it broke this, we would get a lot of bearish sentiment for whatever reason. Maybe there's some news or some fundamental data release and it might feel very bearish, but that's the time to get focused and block out the noise. So that's what I intend to do. We'll see if I'm right, and we will check back in tomorrow.